Sharmila from GCW Bhiwani. Today we will discuss about John plate. John plate is the application of rational half-period zones. This is an optical device that obstructs light from the alternate half-period zones. It is spherically designed diffraction screen so as to cut off light from the alternate zone. Now the construction of a John plate. To construct a John plate, we draw a number of concentric circles on a white paper sheet. The radii of the circles are taken in the ratio of the square roots of the natural numbers. That is, if the radius of the first circle is r, suppose first circle radius is r, then second circle radius is square root 2r, third is square root 3r, and so on. The radii of the fractional half plate zones are proportional to the square root of the natural numbers. Therefore, the space between any two adjacent circles represent a half plate zone. Okay. And in case when the central zone is transparent, the John plate so obtained is called positive John plate. And when central zone is opaque, then the John plate is called as negative John plate. Now the theory of John plate, how it works. Suppose S is the monochromatic source of light and XY represent the cross section of the John plate, and M1, M2, M3 and 4 are the surfaces of the John plate, first, second, third and so on. Suppose A is a small a is the distance between source of light and John plate, and small b is the distance between John plate and the screen or the point Q. Now from this figure we have SO plus OQ is equal to A plus B, okay, and SM1 plus M1Q is equal to SO plus OQ plus lambda by 2. Lambda by 2 is because the alternate zone create a path difference of lambda by 2, okay. Then SM2 plus M2Q is equal to SO plus OQ plus 2 lambda by 2, okay, because this is the second this is the ray from the second half period zone. This is the this is from third half period. This is central zone, and this is second half period zone, center or first. This is second, this is third, okay. From central zone or central point, the distance is A plus B. Then first half period part difference is created lambda by 2, and the next half period zone the part difference is created 2 lambda by 2, and so on. Now from triangle SM1O, we have SM1 is equal to SO square plus OM1 square root of this, okay, is equal to A square. SO is equal to A, and OM1 is the radius of the first half period zone, okay. OM1 is the radius of first half period zone. Suppose this is equal to R1. Radius of first half period zone is R1, radius of second half period zone is R2, and so on. Then we have A square plus R1 square raised to power 1 by 2, okay. Now from the triangle QM1O. Okay, QM1O, we have M1Q is equal to OQ square plus OM1 square. Okay, OM1 square is to power 1 by 2 is equal to B square plus R1 square is to power 1 by 2. Okay, now we have value of SM1 and M12. Putting both these values in equation 1, in the first equation. Okay, first equation is what? SM1 plus M1Q is equal to SO plus OQ plus lambda by 2. Yeah, A plus B plus lambda by 2. Okay, now putting these two values, we got A square plus R1 square raised to power 1 by 2. This is the value of SM1. Now M1Q is B square plus R1 square raised to power 1 by 2. Okay, is equal to A plus B plus lambda by 2. Okay, now we have to simplify this equation, taking A square common from here and B square from here. We got A into 1 plus R1 square by A square raised to power 1 by 2 plus B into 1 plus R1 square by B square raised to power 1 by 2. Okay, now for R1 square by A square. R1 square is the radius of first half period zone and A is the distance of source of light and zone plate. Okay, A is the distance between source of light and zone plate. If this ratio is less than 1, obviously this is less than 1, we can use binomial theorem. And because of this is very less than 1, higher orders we can neglect all the higher order terms, or we take into the consideration first and second terms only. Then we have A into 1 plus R1 square by 2A square. This is the first term. Okay, higher orders can be neglected, and from here B into 1 plus R1 square by 2B square. Now multiplying A inside, A plus R1 square by 2A plus B plus R1 square by 2B. Okay, we got the left hand side is this, and right hand side we have A plus B plus lambda by 2. Okay, now A and B will be cancelled out, and we got R1 square. R1 square is also common, R1 square by 2. Inside we got 1 by A plus 1 by B is equal to lambda by 2. Okay, again to cancel out, we got R1 square into 1 by A plus 1 by B is equal to lambda, or 1 by A plus 1 by B is equal to R1 square lambda. Okay, this is for first half period zone. If we take nth half period zone, then what we, for nth half period zone we have in place of 1 we have n for nth half period zone. 1 by A plus 1 by B is equal to, this is lambda. Lambda, because we take first half period zone. First half period zone create a part difference of lambda by 2. If we take next, then part difference is created by 2 lambda by 2. For third is 3 lambda by 2. Okay, for nth half period this is n lambda by 2. So in place of lambda we take here n lambda. Okay, this is the equation for n half period zones. Or 1 by A plus 1 by B is equal to n lambda by Rn square. But we know A is the distance between source of light and zone plate. B is the distance between zone plate and screen. And we know 1 by this is equal to 1 by F. F is the focal length of zone plate. In case of lenses will be studied 1 by U plus 1 by V is equal to 1 by F. Okay, so here this will represent the inverse reciprocal of the focal length. 1 by F we can write. F is the focal length of the zone plate. So now what is the difference between zone plate and convex lens? In case of zone plate, we have the relation 1 by F. F is the focal length of nth half period zone is equal to n lambda by Rn square. Okay, this is the focal length relation, focal length formula for the zone plate. And in case of convex lens, what is the formula for focal length? 1 by F is equal to mu minus 1 into 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. Okay, mu is the refractive index of the material, R1, R2 are the radius of the curvature. What is the difference? In case of zone plate, the focal length depends number of half period zones, wavelength of the light used, and radius of nth half period zone. Okay, and in case of convex lens, focal length depends on refractive index of the material and the radius of curvature. This is the first difference. Okay, the next difference is the focal length is inversely proportional to wavelength in case of zone plate. Okay, in case of zone plate, focal length is inversely proportional. You can see here, focal length is inversely proportional to wavelength. Okay, but in case of convex lens, focal length is inversely proportional to refractive index, and refractive index is again inversely proportional to wavelength. Okay, refractive index is inversely proportional to wavelength. So we can say focal length in case of convex lens is directly proportional to wavelength. Okay, focal length is directly proportional to wavelength in case of convex lens, and focal length is inversely proportional in case of zone plate. The next difference, the zone plate has many focal points. Each half period zone have its separate focal point. Means the zone plate produce a number of images. Okay, but in case of convex lens have only single focal point. Okay, single focal point means single image. The next difference is zone plate image is formed due to diffraction. Zone plate, in case of zone plate, the image is formed due to diffraction. But in case of convex lens, the image is formed due to refraction phenomena. Okay, and the next difference is the bending of violet rays. The bending of the violet rays is greater than red rays in case of John plate. Okay, because this is inversely proportional to wavelength, focal length. And in case of convex lens, the bending is greater for red rays in comparison to violet rays because the focal length is directly proportional to wavelength. Now, applications of the John plate. John plates used in physics. There are many wavelengths of the light outside the visible area of the electromagnetic spectrum, where the traditional lens materials like glass are not transparent, and so lenses are more difficult to manufacture. Likewise, there are many wavelengths for which there are no material with the refractive index significantly larger than 1. Okay, then X-rays, for example, are only weakly refracted by glass or other materials, and so require a different technique for focusing. John plates eliminate the need for finding transparent refractive, easy to manufacture materials for every region of the spectrum. Next is photography. John plate are also used in photography in place of a lens or pinhole for a glowing soft focus image. One advantage over pinhole, aside from unique fuzzy look achieved with John plate, is that the transparent area is larger than that of a comparable pinhole. The result is that the effective f number of a John plate is lower than for the corresponding pinhole, and the exposure time can be decreased. Okay, this is the image taken by using a John plate. The next application is gun sight. John plate have been proposed as a cheap alternative to more expensive optical sight or targeting laser. John plate can be used for focusing in the guns. Next application is as a reflector, as John plate used as a reflector will allow radio waves to be focused as if by a parabolic reflector. This allows the reflector to be flat and so easy to make. It also allows an appropriately patterned Fresnel reflector to be mounted flush to side of a building. Avoid the wind loading that a paraboloid would be subject to. And this can be used in software testing and as a lens. These are the application of the John plate.